Is it just me, or do you guys also have it difficult when in a job interview they're asking you, and tell me some good qualities about yourself and bad ones? And then I'm like it's the most easiest question, but still the hardest at the same time to answer. Because who am I? And most of the times, don't lie, we all lie on job interviews. Yeah, like I'm good at this and that. And most of the times we are not honest because we don't even know who we truly are. We don't know who we are. And we're living and living on this earth and we cannot give a simple answer. So then comes the question, who am I? Who are you? Do we all have the same purpose? Do we all need to live the same lives? Why am I here? Is there something bigger that's gonna happen? I know we all have different lives, but at the same time, we're all so predictable and we all think alike because we are conditioned from young on that we need to think like that this is good and this is bad, and what we need to shame and what we don't need to shame. And we put people also in categories, and everything we put somewhere, everything we need to put into place, good or bad, right? So who am I? Who are you? And this is actually the most important question in life, because we came into this earth, our souls came into this earth to experience who we truly are. And how do you experience who you truly are? By making mistakes, by living in certain events that we have created, that has happened to us through traumatic experience, general experience, through relationships. We are growing and evolving, but only into the direction of who we truly are. Sorry, there was something moving there. That was strange. Anyways, back to the point. What defines you is not whatever happened to you. Never let anything that happened to you define you. What defines you is how you react to it. Because in the way that someone reacts to a certain event or a certain person who's bad to them or good to them says everything, not about what happens, but about the character of the ones who's reacting. And isn't it nice to know that we as people are the masters of our own lives? Nobody else can dictate your life. Isn't it powerful to know that we as souls have literally magical powers to choose and to decide how we want our life to be? And yes, there are people who have worse past or who had worse situations, circumstances, but still know that your future is in your own hands. You can get out of there, renew your thoughts, renew the way you think, change something, and then you will see immediately changes in your life. If you change the way you see life and the way your thoughts work, you're literally programming a new life for you. Also, to know who you truly are, you need to follow your instinct and your passion. If you feel like you are in a certain situation and you need to hide, or you need to cover yourself because you want something different, or you have shame about something, actually this feeling you have, that means it's your soul that wants to come out, but you are not letting it because we are conditioned to be a certain way. When you are living not in your truest self, you know what eventually gonna happen? You are gonna be depressed. That's the reason why most people are depressed, because they're living according to the rules other people have made and set upon us. And we actually didn't want it, but this society has created it. And if you go outside or if you think differently, you are weird. The thing is that we are all lost on who we truly are, because we are conditioned from youngs on that we need to behave a certain way, we need to interact a certain way, we need to think a certain way. When we grow up, we literally become depressed and we lose a sense of who we truly are, because we then became a product of what other people or the society wants us to be. And then we fall apart when someone asks the question, but who are you? Yeah. Could I discover it from myself? Was it allowed from when I was young? This becomes a problem. I've seen also with some people that I know that when they were small, they were so talkative, they were full of life, and they had so much skills and so much light in them. But then the parents, no, don't behave this way. No, don't do this. No, don't. And then they condition this child that it is wrong to be yourself, that it's wrong to shine, and that is wrong to be your authentic self. So the child takes this and thinks like, oh, actually who I am was bad. What happens then, they grow up, they hide their true self, and they take on a new persona that's not them. And then they lose the authentic self they had. Making mistakes is also so healthy for our souls to get to know ourselves. Because by making mistakes, we take their lessons from it and we can grow. Mistakes can direction us at what we truly want, who we truly are. God gave us free will to experience, to make mistakes in order to decide who we truly are. That is the purpose why we also came on this earth, for our souls to create, to make mistakes, to experience and be like, nope, that ain't for me, or yes, that's for me, and to go deeper into this direction. It's only a mistake when you don't learn your lessons from it. When you don't take lessons from it, then I would call it mistakes. I don't like the word mistake. I would only call it a mistake if you made the same and repeated the same cycle again and again without reflecting on it and without taking accountability and without seeing the bigger picture. And then I would call it a mistake, like it's too much. The same stuff? Come on. The reason why our souls came to earth is to truly know who we are, and this is by creating. We create stuff by our thoughts, we create it by the way we speak, we create it by the way we do certain things. And by making mistakes, this all are valuable in order to decide who we truly are. Don't be afraid to be different, because we are all born different and it's okay to be different. The best thing you can do in your life is being your authentic self. And the biggest sin is not living into your fullest potential. That's the only regret you will have in life. Not being who you are and not reaching for your fullest potential of your highest self. Face the bad sides of your personality. Face it. First step by solving it is by facing it. When you face it and when you see it and when you just accept it, that it is part of who you truly are, not only the good stuff, but the bad stuff, it will then, when you face it, it will disappear. Everything you face will disappear eventually. All the fears you have, if you acknowledge that you have a problem or you have a fear of something and you face it, is the moment you can let it go. The moment you accept it is the moment you can move on. If you always try to hide the bad parts of yourself, it will become bigger and bigger and bigger. If you're your authentic self also, you will see how your relationships will change, the way you attract different partners, the way your work environment changes, the way your experience in life, because you're not faking it. And if you're faking to be someone else or to hide certain aspects, you will also have certain people in your life that will only fit this. But this part will eventually fade away. The mask will fall off and then you will be with nothing. You will be depressed and you will be left with nothing. You know what's very funny? That one friend, for example, or one colleague can see you completely differently than someone else that knows you. Because you show them different sides of yourself. You have different interactions because there is no one version of you. There's so many versions of you, but you can choose which one you like the most. Not what other people like, what you like the most. Which one you feel most comfortable in. Which one? Take this one. Not the one that you think that people will accept you for. Not. Because you will then grow up and resenting these same people because they don't accept you. You will resent and you will become depressed because you're not living in your authentic self. You need to live in your authentic self to have a very good life. This is the first step. And afterwards, all the problems you have, you can work on it. But first, be authentic, speak your truth, and everything else will follow. And if other people don't like it, they don't like it. Okay, that's fine. But you don't live for other people, you live for yourself. And these people also live for themselves. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys soon. Bye.